Item number SCP-359. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Provisional Site 359 has been constructed in close vicinity to SCP-359's location. AMTF Gamma-27, or a breaking and entering, is currently stationed at Provisional Site 359 and are tasked with discovering and implementing procedures to both neutralize SCP-359 and gain access to SCP-359-A. The preservation of normalcy is to be disregarded when formulating neutralization proposals for SCP-359 due to the artificial remoteness of the area it inhabits. Regular GPR readings are to be conducted on SCP-359-A to help deduce the exact amount of Hephesium. Footnote 1. For information on Hephesium, refer to Addendum 359-2, contained within it. Archived Containment Procedures. May 15th, 05. SCP-359 is to be kept under constant surveillance, with a radio tracking device fastened to its leg. In cooperation with the Ohio Department of Transportation, the highway located near SCP-359's location is to be kept indefinitely closed to ensure no further civilian casualties. Description: SCP-359 is a metal sculpture resembling a Buteo jamaicensis, red-tailed hawk, with a wingspan of 4.3 meters. The exact composition of the metal SCP-359 is constructed from is currently unknown, as no samples have been able to be retrieved. However, it is currently believed that a large portion of it is constructed from Hephesium. Under normal circumstances, SCP-359 is only active during the night. During these active periods, SCP-359 takes on a predatory nature, attacking most moving objects it sees. Notably, SCP-359 does not consume any of its prey, even those of organic nature. Instead, SCP-359 has been seen picking up the remains of its prey and depositing them near the boundaries of the area it is active in. Despite its small wingspan in relation to the rest of its body, SCP-359 is capable of flight, having demonstrated the ability to perform highly intricate maneuvers. SCP-359-A refers to a subterranean structure which can be accessed via a hole located near SCP-359's perch. While the Foundation has reached the hole leading to SCP-359-A, it has yet to be breached. SCP-359 actively defends the entrance from any potential trespassers, which is the only circumstance in which it becomes active during daylight. It is unknown whether SCP-359 can detect the desire to enter SCP-359-A or simply attacks anything that gets close to it. Readings with a ground-penetrating radar, GPR, indicate a large hollow space, with masses of Hephesium detected within. Addendum 359-1 Discovery. SCP-359 came to the Foundation's attention in January of 2009 after a string of disappearances were reported along State Route 33 in Ohio. Agents embedded in the Lancaster Police Department took notice and sent a team to investigate. The team uncovered both the desecrated corpses of the missing persons and the dried blood of the deceased on SCP-359's talons and beak. After the case was transferred to the Foundation by the state government, further investigations uncovered no records of SCP-359's construction, despite its relatively modern design. The first known mention of it was in 2006, when the property it is located on was donated to the city of Lancaster. Addendum 359-2 Hephesium Dossier, prepared by the Department of Metallurgical Studies. Originally discovered and named by a Greek research team in the 1960s, Hephesium is an alloy composed of iron, beryllium bronze, and several unknown elements. Hephesium is most commonly used in structures that are meant to be animate, such as SCP-359, SCP-070, and SCP-1451. While it's not the most common form of animation, it is most popular amongst those incapable of thaumaturgy or ontokinesis. Named after the Hellenic god of the forge, Hephaestus, Hephesium is most commonly found in ancient Greek ruins and artifacts. It was spread around the ancient world through trade and the conquests of Alexander the Great and, later, the Roman Empire. Traces of Hephesium have been found in Chinese shishi statues and Indian sculptures of Buddha and Hindi figures. Despite its widespread nature, production was limited to Greece. Due to this enforced secrecy, the method by which to produce Hephasium has since been lost to time, with the last known usage of it being in the Bernward doors and column, constructed circa 1000 AD for the St. Michael's Church in Hildesheim, Germany. There have been mentions of Hephasium stashes throughout the Baltic states, but much like the means of production, knowledge on their location has been lost. Objects animated via Hephasium aren't permanently animate, however. Over time, due to a chemical reaction with O2 in the atmosphere, Hephasium rusts and eventually becomes inert. This process can be sped up if objects in an O2-free environment are suddenly introduced to the gas. The rusting of Hephasium is usually characterized by the object becoming more sluggish and unresponsive to stimuli before eventually becoming fully inert. Hephasium is also subject to a second anomalous property, one seemingly implemented to protect against reverse engineering. If at any point after it is animated the alloy is removed, sampled, or otherwise detached from the main mass, it suddenly undergoes lunafaction. Footnote 2, alchemical term for the making of silver, rendering its anomalous properties null. As such, the exact composition of Hephasium is unknown. The acquisition of Hephasium would be highly beneficial to the Foundation. Acquisition of such an easy means of animation could aid in efforts to automate certain parts of the Foundation, such as security, field missions, and other such tasks. Likewise, obtaining the knowledge on how to manufacture Hephasium and ensuring the Foundation is in sole possession of it could prove to be financially beneficial, as the Foundation would be the sole seller of the metal. While not as important as the last two reasons, rediscovering the means to create Hephasium would be a para-anthropological achievement, allowing for a deeper understanding of the cultures that produced and used the metal. Addendum 359-3, Discovery of SCP-359-A. In 2015, as per the survey program being conducted by the Department of Geology, GPR readings were taken of the North American continent to uncover subterranean anomalies. Readings conducted near SCP-359 indicated the existence of a hollow structure directly underneath its perch. Further readings focused on this structure pointed towards the existence of vast deposits of, presumably unactivated, Hephasium. A reconnaissance team was sent to investigate and potentially find or create an entrance into the subterranean structure. 2015 Reconnaissance Log, date the 17th of April 2015. Reconnaissance Team, Pi-27. Subject, RTF. Pi-27 was deployed to investigate the area immediately above the subterranean structure for a possible entrance. If no entrance was discovered, a site was to be chosen to begin drilling. Squad Lead, PI-1. Squad members, PI-2, PI-3.
Comms check.
Sounding good.
What's the point of comms? All we're doing is lugging this equipment over there in case we can't find a hole leading down there. It's not like we're gonna get separated or whatever.
It's standard for all operations, even something small like this.
The logs are also used for record keeping.
That too. Let's get a move on. We're wasting daylight here.
Yeah.
PI-3 grunts as Z picks up the equipment. Pi-27 begins walking towards SCP-359's perch from Route 33.
That's one big bird. I'm surprised we've been able to keep it under wraps for so long with how large it is.
We'll be safe from it, right?
Did you read the debriefing 3? It's only active during the night. If you want to get specific, between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. It's 1:08 right now. We'll be fine.
I mean, did we have to read the debriefing one? All we're doing is either finding a hole or digging one. It's not like we're doing a Black Ops mission to infiltrate the White House.
Z's got a point.
Regardless, let's carry on.
Pi-27 passes by the corpse of a Odocoileus virginianus, white-tailed deer, hanging from a tree via its antlers.
We've reached its hunting grounds. We'll be seeing a lot more of those.
Pi-27 reaches the perch of SCP-359, stopping within its shadow.
Can you check how close are we to the structure, 3?
Give me a sec.
PI-3 gently drops the equipment Z was carrying, reaching into Z's backpack for a PDA.
We should be directly above the center of it. The radar readings seem to show some sort of access tunnel close by, but it's pretty small.
That'd be a great place to start. Let's head there.
Is this the hole you're talking about, 3?
PI-1 and 3 walk over to where PI-2 is standing. PI-2 is pointing at a 0.5 meter wide hole in the ground. PI-3 checks Zer PDA.
Yeah, that's the one. It seems to be caved in some, and we might have to expand it a bit to get all the harvesting equipment the department sent.
Let's get to work then. I'll get to work setting up the equipment so you can catch a break, 3.
PI-2 begins setting up the drilling equipment as PI-3 rests against a tree and PI-1 supervises. As PI-2 is about to activate the drill, the sound of metal scraping against metal could be heard. The three members of PI-27 turn to look at SCP-359, which has its wings outstretched. SCP-359 launches itself from its perch, swooping down and grabbing PI-2 before ascending. The remaining members of PI-27 scatter into the surrounding forest.
What the fuck was that one? I thought we were safe during the day. You said it yourself, and look what happened to...
Footnote 3. PI-2's legal surname, redacted in accordance with PI-2's request to Raisa for anonymity.
Calm down, 3.
Calm down? I just watched my coworker, my teammate, my fucking friend get snatched up by some big metal bird. How am I supposed to remain calm?
I don't know, 3. I don't know. We just need to get out of here. I can already hear that bird coming back for us.
SCP-359 could be heard as it flapped its wings, sending a small gust of wind through the forest's leaves. PI-1 and 3 begin running towards the state route. SCP-359 breaks through the tree line in pursuit of PI-27. PI-1 stops for a moment to catch her breath, giving SCP-359 an opportunity to catch him and take him into the air, alongside several uprooted tree trunks.
Fuck.
SCP-359 can be heard turning around for PI-3 as a trip on an exposed tree root, landing on the body cam. The resulting damage severs the connection. End log. Following the end of this log, PI-3 was later found on the nearby state route, bloodied and bruised. PI-1 and PI-2 have both been declared deceased, which was confirmed when their corpses were found in similar conditions to those of SCP-359's prey. Addendum 359-4, Formation of Gamma-27 and AWD involvement. After the events of the reconnaissance log in Addendum 359-3, multiple, more heavily armed missions were sent to attempt to get past SCP-359 and gain access to SCP-359-A, all of which similarly ended in failure. Footnote 4. Combined, all 4 missions have resulted in 6 dead and 10 wounded, as well as approximately $450,000 in broken equipment. It was decided by a joint committee of the Department of Metallurgical Studies, Department of Geology, and SCP-359's research team that greater measures had to be taken. As such, Provisional Site 359 was established, made up of detachments from the Departments of Geology, Metallurgical Studies, and Anomalous Weapons Development. Armed Mobile Task Force Gamma-27, Breaking and Entering, was also formed and stationed at Site 359. To quote the MTF dossier, Armed Mobile Task Force Gamma-27 consists of individuals gathered from failed missions to access SCP-359-A, as well as supplements from New 7 and other combat-oriented task forces. The sole purpose of Gamma-27 is the termination of SCP-359 and obtaining access to SCP-359-A. To accomplish this task, Gamma-27 regularly conducts missions to observe the behavior of SCP-359 and its attack patterns. Data obtained from these missions are sent to the Departments of Anomalous Weapons Development and Metallurgical Studies to obtain a more in-depth understanding of SCP-359 and possible methods of termination. SCP-359 Dossier, Department of Anomalous Weapons Development Design Packet, compiled by Engineer Ezra Everest for G27. Description of target. Entity is a large metallic sculpture, wingspan of 4 meters, estimated to be 9 meters in height, unknown weight, resembling a red-tailed hawk. Entity is made up of Hephesium, an alloy consisting of iron, Beal bronze, and other unknown elements. Entity is only active A, during the night, or B, in defense of SCP-359-A. Entity is highly prejudicial in its defense of SCP-359-A, having been seen attacking any and all sources of movement. Potential exploitable weaknesses. Unusable. Entity is at least partially constructed from Hephesium, which has a melting point of 1,274 degrees Celsius. A paraweapon capable of causing the air around the entity to reach this temperature could be a viable option to terminate SCP-359. Reason: the potential damage to the surrounding environment and the subterranean structure is considered unacceptable. Unusable. Entity's main weapons are its talons and beak. Disabling these appendages could render the entity harmless. A paraweapon capable of amputating the entity could make termination of the entity easier. Reason: entity could still cause blunt force damage by flying into operatives. Failure: entity has so far only used its wings for locomotion. Using psionic paraweaponry to both launch and deploy chains, the entity's wings could be constrained, allowing for ease of termination. Update: the chains utilized in the procedure proved to be too weak to restrain the entity, which broke out and then proceeded to terminate the psionic agent. Cleared: Hephesium, when removed from the main body, undergoes an alchemical process that transforms it into silver. Removing large portions of SCP-359 could render it inanimate, as the Hephesium loses its anomalous characteristics. A procedure such as this could be accomplished via the use of thaumaturgical explosives propelled towards SCP-359. Notes on Weapon 359-9. To put it simply, the paraweapon is just explosives strapped to a magic rocket. The required components are 24 kilograms of anomalously enhanced explosive material, thaumaturgically activated and propelled propulsion system, a thaumaturge, Type 2 Everhart resonator. Footnote 5. A resonator that does not require electricity or a thaumaturge to generate EVE, yet produces only 5% of what a Type 1 Everhart resonator would produce. On top of that, the resonator is highly prone to malfunctions and errors. AWD will supply the bombs and rocket. I'm sure you'll be able to provide a thaumaturge. The thaumaturge should activate the rocket and guide it to its target. Usually we'd just have it track the EVE the target puts out, but from what we could gather from your observations, the bird doesn't give off any of it. If all goes well, 359 will be in pieces before we lose another operative to it. And I'm gonna be real with you, this is our last option. If you want to get rid of this bird, then you better hope this works. You and I both know we can't do anything more than this. We're far too close to population centers to use anything more anomalous than this. Command would never approve of it. Status of Weapon 359-9, components gathered, deployed. Addendum 359-5, destruction of SCP-359, and access to SCP-359-A. 2017 Gamma-27 log. Date: the 23rd of January 2017. Mobile Task Force, AMTF Gamma-27. Subject: AMTF Gamma-27 was deployed to attempt to neutralize SCP-359 with Weapon 359-9. If SCP-359 was neutralized, a Department of Geology detachment stationed at Site-359 would be notified to begin drilling a wider entrance to SCP-359-A. Additional note: the log was recovered from G1's body cam. Zur vest was found at the entrance to SCP-359-A by a team sent to investigate. The team was sent after Gamma-27 failed to respond to any communications from Site-359. G1 has yet to be located and has been officially declared as having gone AWOL. Squad Lead, G1. Squad Members, G10, G23, G28. Begin log.
Comms check everyone. Clear.
Clear.
Loud and clear.
How's the weapon, 2-8?
Looks good.
Great, let's get moving then.
G1 walks into the forest, with the rest of Gamma-27 following behind Zir. G23 and G28 take turns carrying Weapon 359-9. After a short while, SCP-359 can be spotted over the tree line, inactive on its perch. The remains of past attempts to terminate it can be seen littered around it, and the hole leading to SCP-359-A. The area around SCP-359 has also been rendered devoid of plant life, creating a small clearing.
8, how long did it take you to get the rocket ready?
5-6 minutes. Shouldn't take too long.
Long enough for 359 to rock your shit and ruin this whole operation. Stay at the edge of the clearing with the weapon, and we'll keep it distracted long enough for you to do your thing. 10, stay with 8 just in case. 2-3 with me.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Gamma-27 nods as they follow G1's order. G28 places both of their hands on Weapon 359-9, channeling their EVE into the paraweapon. G1 and 23 walk out into the clearing and aim their rifles at SCP-359. They each shoot a sizable amount of shots at SCP-359, activating the sculpture. Much like in past confrontations, SCP-359 outstretched its wings before launching itself into the sky. G1 and 23 bolt into the forest, with SCP-359 following them from above the trees. The duo struggle to maintain their lead on SCP-359, but manage to do so.
How's the rocket coming along, 8?
Hit a small hiccup, but it shouldn't take much long.
Weapon 359-9 makes a loud sputtering noise as it attempts to power on, catching the attention of SCP-359. Seeing G10 and 28 at the edge of the clearing, it turns and begins flying towards them. G1 curses under Zir breath and comes to a stop. Z begin running after SCP-359, signaling for G23 to follow.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know, the weapon shouldn't have done that.
Fucking AWD.
That doesn't matter. Start running.
And the weapon? We can't just look.
Just fucking run.
G28 lets go of Weapon 359-9, severing the connection. G10 grabs 28's wrist as they run away, knocking the weapon over as SCP-359 flies overhead. G1 runs after SCP-359, hopping over the paraweapon and into the forest.
Head back to the state route. It won't follow us that far out. We can come back for the paraweapon later.
Hey guys, question.
What the?
G1 turns Zir head to look at G23, only to see that she isn't behind Zir.
3, where are you?
How much juice did you get in the weapon, 8?
Barely enough to get it to launch. What, why?
Just...
G23's mic picks up the noise of the Type 2 Everhart resonator being activated.
wondering.
I know what you're thinking, and that's not gonna work, 3. It'll still need someone to guide it.
10. You know, if the rocket's strong enough to carry someone...
No, it's not.
Shit, gotcha. I'll be with y'all in a bit.
Fuck. It shouldn't have followed us out here.
I thought it didn't go this far.
The sounds of doors slamming and metal scraping against metal can be heard. The screams of G10 and 28 are audible through their mics.
10, 8, what's the situation?
G1 breaks through the tree line, bringing the state route into view. SCP-359 is perched on the AMTF's Fortified Transport Vehicle. Footnote 6. Fortified Transport Vehicles, FTV, are vehicles used by AMTFs designed to withstand explosions, blunt force damage, and minor ontokinetic thaumaturgic attacks. Due to the high cost and rarity of the materials used to manufacture them, FTVs are only produced and assigned to task forces when the situation demands it, attempting to break through the glass with its beak. This also marks the farthest recorded distance SCP-359 has flown from its perch in defense of SCP-359-A. G10 and 28 are presumably inside of the FTV.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Don't one, it'll just kill you.
G1 turns around, only to see that G23 is still not there.
Where the fuck are you, 3?
On my way.
Hearing a noise, G1 looks up. Something can be seen flying from the clearing in the direction of SCP-359. A soft, light blue aura can be seen around it. As it gets closer, G1 realizes what it is. Z begins running towards the state route in front of it.
Oh god. 3, don't you fucking dare. That's an order.
I don't think you'll be able to write me up after this, sir.
G23 flies past G1 on Weapon 359-9, barely managing to maintain her grip on it. Once it begins to near the state route, G23 pushes down on the tip of the weapon, aiming it at SCP-359.
They're still in there, 3.
Wait, what?
Weapon 359-9 collides with SCP-359, detonating. The ensuing explosion engulfs both SCP-359 and the FTV. Large chunks of SCP-359's body come flying out of the explosion. A charred, yet still intact FTV flies out as well, hitting the ground and rolling a bit before coming to a stop. G1 drops to Zir knees, witnessing the scene. Stifled sobs can be heard. After a moment, G1 fumbles with and deactivates Zir body cam. An unknown amount of time later, G1 reactivates the body cam. Z is walking through the forest while carrying digging equipment, which Z presumably recovered from the FTV.
I searched the car. 10 and 8, they got burnt alive. Fucking 3. There had to be a better fucking way. Just needed that glorious blaze of glory. First pie, and now this shit. I'm heading to A. I don't care if protocol states I need to call geology down here to dig a hole and all that shit. I've lost too many fucking people for this. No way I'm not gonna be the first person to go in there.
G1 reaches the hole. Z sets up the digging equipment, continuing to mumble under Zir breath. After 5 minutes of tinkering with the device, it activates and begins digging.
There. I'm going to get to that fucking Hephesium first. Gotta see for myself if it really was worth all of this fucking bullshit.
A loud beep can be heard.
Low battery. I'll turn it on when I'm down there.
G1 reactivates the body cam, illuminating the dirt tunnel Z's crawling through. G1's labored breathing can be heard. Z speak between pants.
It's fucking hot down here. I'm really close now.
The tunnel widens up, allowing for G1 to stand. A door can be seen at the end of the tunnel, presumably leading into SCP-359-A. Readings indicate the temperature around the door to be around 21 degrees Celsius.
There it fucking is. God, do you know how many people died? How much equipment was ruined? How much fucking money was spent getting to you? Oh, that metal better be fucking worth it.
G1 reaches for the door's handle. When Z tries to turn it, the handle pops off, falling onto the ground.
One last challenge, huh? Can't stop me that fucking easily.
G1 backs away before ramming into the door, shoulder first. Z repeats this 3 times before the door creaks open. Almost immediately, a cacophony of sound erupts from behind the door. The cries of injured animals can be heard, objects falling and hitting the ground, metal cracking. After a short while, the noises began to stop, until it eventually became quiet. G1 hesitantly grabs the side of the door, slowly opening it up.
Oh.
The door opens up to a subterranean ecosystem, heavily resembling the one above ground. Looking up reveals the sky. Despite the fact, SCP-359-A is several meters underground. In the distance, a body of water can be seen. From G1's perspective, the structure seems endless. Throughout SCP-359-A, the statues of animals are present. Many of them were depicted in the process of mundane activities, while others seem to be in a state of fear and panic. A majority of the statues depicting avian organisms were in mid-flight and seemed to have crashed into the ground. All of the sculptures were covered in rust, with the exception of their eyes. Their eyes could be seen still moving. G1 covers and turns off the body cam. End log. Analysis of the sculptures within SCP-359-A revealed that they were all constructed purely from Hephesium, with the eyes having been made from silver. The current leading theory amongst SCP-359's research team is that SCP-359-A was home to an ecosystem consisting of animals constructed from Hephesium, and that the sudden exposure to outside air, and thus oxygen, resulted in the constructs near instantly becoming rusted. Analysis of the plants within SCP-359-A revealed all of them to have been genetically modified. They were incapable of undergoing photosynthesis, but still capable of intaking carbon dioxide. As the Hephesium had already been used to animate these sculptures, it is unharvestable by the Foundation. Despite this, the constructs were moved out of SCP-359-A and shipped to Area 34. The remains of the deceased Gamma-27 members were recovered and received a proper funeral. The remains of SCP-359 were collected and shipped to Area 34 for storage. Site-359 is currently in the process of being decommissioned and its assets relocated to other Foundation facilities. SCP-359-A and the tunnel leading to it have been resealed, with a basic security perimeter established around it. Reclassification of SCP-359 and SCP-359-A to decommissioned is pending.